Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 25th of July. And at this point, they've got the screws tightened on me so bad, I'm not even sure anyone's getting to watch my videos. Which is interesting because I've been talking about a hurricane hitting Texas for like a week. And the last time a hurricane hit Texas, a lot more people seem to be interested in it. But, it's 2020. It seems like 97% of the truth community have been trying to convince people not to give a fuck that 148,000 extra people have died this year. So I guess this is definitely slow Thanos. But now, it's like slow Thanos with hurricanes that are hitting the USA. And this is just like the first one. And then we got one headed to Hawaii. And then we got Gonzalo, who's like a surprise player. And then we've got the big beast that is going to do major damage. Isaias, probably to Florida, if I had to guess. But check out that monsoonal moisture. I would guess a lot of the truth community is well-paid opposition, though not everyone is well-paid, I'm sure. A lot of them just believe in the dumb shit they've been selling people. It's like stock market as savior. Oh, by the way, they let the unemployment benefits run out for 30 million people, which is going to make America more like that scene at the end of The Joker when the cities are on fire and shit and crime is going to go up. It's going to be like a big super battle of the planets. Yeah. And so we're going to be dealing like space Nazis, Martian Nazis, all kinds of crazy shit. And, if you have something negative to say to me, probably not going to read any comments for a couple days. So make them memorable when I do read them. All right. I know, playing defense. So it's not that I'm burned out. I'm just frustrated. Yeah. I like to save lives and try to improve things, but definitely from now until the middle of September is going to be like an all-out spiritual warfare on economic levels, physical levels, mental levels, emotional levels. So hang in there, champ. They're going to test you every which way but loose. Every which way but loose. You turn me. And this is just incredible. This is the atmospheric river that I've been documenting for y'all for like 3 or 4 years now. It extends all the way down through Mexico. This is the place where all the volcanoes have been hitting. Look at this convergence zone. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah, it's been quite a year. So like I listened to that Taylor Swift album and cried a lot because I had to process all that's happened this year. And it's been quite a bit. And we're totally at war with the people who don't care about other people. Which is a weird war, definitely. Yeah, those are freaking hot waters. But think, you had like 20 different channels on YouTube trying to sell y'all we're in a freaking mini ice age. Depending on your political leanings, you might buy it. Although all politics is total absolute bullshit. So you got opposition and controlled opposition. And the NASDAQ and the stock markets just keep getting higher. The GFS keeps drawing this up as like a category 2. So that's would be some pretty big impacts. And so it's crazy to think during a plague that like government has I don't get unemployment benefits, but government let that social safety net just totally drop right before we're starting to get hit with hurricanes. And so these are going to be like multiple events that may take place over the next few months. And so, we might get hit by a record number of hurricanes this season. Like, no disrespect, but I'm kind of depressed today just because things aren't going well for the world. And so today, I technically don't give a fuck what you think about the subject because I'm just here talking, trying to put good information out. And, everybody's yelling at everybody, so it's hard to take in everybody's energy all the time. And so, I've been busting my ass trying to get the word out of what is coming. And to have so much resistance and be, still stuck in a box is frustrating to me. And, remember the general overall American consensus when Maria hit Puerto Rico was who gives a fuck? Let's throw some paper towels at them. And so it's definitely some weird, like they're racking up the Thanos scores. Like how many Americans or humans are we going to lose this year? Is it going to be as bad as the Georgia Guidestones where, they kill 7 billion people and leave like 100,000 left over? Or is it just going to be Thanos bad where they kill half the people on the planet? Or is it just going to be the like 10 million people who die of the plague that is projected over the next 2 to 3 years? And please don't get me wrong. I'm not a pessimist here in any way, shape, or form. I just am impatient because, the process of getting to a good place as a nation and as a world is taking longer than I would like. But if PPP is the 666 and the stars have fallen from heaven to the earth and, the stock markets are the beast, then, the group that has run the show for the last 8 years, their reign is coming to an end. So we got to make it through the next, try to make it between now and through the end of September. Because like we had the July 4th eclipse, and then they had one of those in 2001. And so imagine we're going to see a much larger, bigger type 9/11 event before the end of the year. It's me speaking to you, hoping that the people who can't understand do. I have faith in God, and there are many good signs in the heavens. And no, I haven't given up. Like I said, I'm just kind of tired, kind of frustrated, but very proud of the job that I've done. And if what I say triggers you or offends you, that is not my intention. But we're pretty late in the game now, sugar. So if I lost you, it just wasn't meant to be. So we got hurricane warnings down here, tropical storm warnings up here. I've been trying to do the math on this thing, and it looks like we've got anywhere from 12 to 15 hours for this thing to intensify. So that is crazy. And how intense will it get? I don't know. I could definitely see it jumping from 65 mile an hour per hour winds to like 80 or 90, whether that be gusts or sustained. It's over hot water. The shear is down. It has ejected all the dry air, which would inhibit it from developing. Yeah, so I'm on watch all night for this, for you and y'all, whoever wants it. I can't promise you the format I'll be putting it in or the mood I'll be in. Yeah, I'm totally believing that the whole correlation between Saturn into Capricorn in 2017 and then it retrograding back, the correlation between the two hurricane seasons I'm down with. So yeah, Texas is probably going to get, Texas is getting hit with a hurricane. You got Hawaii is going to get hit with a hurricane or a tropical storm. And then you got the big bad bitch, the beast. Models have been consistently drawing up, the African wave, 92L Invest, hitting Florida for a couple of days now, almost even a week, or definitely danger to the Gulf or the East Coast. Yeah, sure, it would be great if it doesn't hit, but like I said, we're going to look at the first, we're taking the signs where, I know that like Grand Solar Minimum likes to say, hey, we're looking at the chart from 100 years ago to predict exactly what's going to happen in the next 30 years, but 2020 is much wilder than that, so you don't know what the sun's going to do. You know what the oceans are going to do. You don't know what people are going to do, so it's best to just kind of watch. Observe without drawing conclusions. Although now I'm drawing conclusions because I've been saying, watch, if we get hit with one hurricane, we're probably going to get hit with a lot. And so we're getting hit with a hurricane. And then we got one bearing down in Hawaii. And then we got one bearing down on the East Coast. The big beast Isaias. And, people are kind of asleep at the wheel. But people just kind of nobody cared when the unemployment benefits fell off. And I'm trying to that's gonna create giant problems. It's gonna create giant civil unrest. It's gonna create giant more homelessness. It's gonna create starvation. It's almost like they're trying to gaslight the whole world. And they got everybody distracted with other bullshit. So it's basically, I've been saying we should be solidifying social safety nets for 2020, and we have not done that. We've done the exact opposite. It's all in God's hands now. I get moody sometimes, and I'm definitely moody now. But I don't think there's a YouTube channel out there, possibly a meteorologist, who works harder for you guys during a hurricane season, especially when lives are in danger. Ooh, that looks like a duck. See that? Looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. Yay, humor returns. Oh, it's like Devilman to duck. Dun, dun, dun. That's a cute duck, though. Did you see that? Dun, 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 dun. See, I'd be like, oh, yeah, so a week from now, this hurricane's going to hit us. And, it's here, and it's almost like everybody shrugs it off. It's a weird sign for the rest of the year. And the earthquake situation is pretty interesting as well. I mean, the whole monsoon moisture and hurricane situation happening here is a big deal. I bet the flooding is going to be pretty overachieving over the next few days. And, I don't think you can prepare for the next hurricane that's coming soon enough. It will be ironic if it hits Crystal Rivers. I definitely think that New York, New Jersey need to look out this year. Because now that the hurricanes are coming back, people need... It's 2020. Our new sunspot is giving us a pretty big coronal mass ejection. So, and we had an A-class flare. And will we get an X-class this time around? I don't know. But I'm watching. It's going to have some deep penetration into Texas. And so, like I said, I think 971 millibar, anywhere from 971 to 981 would be where I guess this thing is going, which would be Category 2. Category 2 hurricane would bring 96 to 110 mile per hour wind speeds and 6 to 8 feet of storm surge. Now, I'm not sure it's going to get to Category 2, but I'm pretty sure it's going to keep strengthening until it makes landfall now that the eye is closed. 985 millibars with some purple by the eye, which, like I said, we could get over 10, 15, some spots might even get over 20 inches of rain with this, would be my guess, depending on how it goes. And this is a pretty big monster in a hot, hot ocean. So I'll be here doing what I do, and I get moody sometimes. Either work through it with me, or it's nice having you around. Peace out. God bless everyone. Stay cool.